What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another video today. As voted by y'all on Twitter, I'm going to be breaking down the 5 best Texans who made the biggest impression on me in preseason and were clear winners. So, if you enjoy the video, please do hit that like button. Subscribe for more content as the season is beginning, and comment down below your hot takes on the Texans preseason. Alright. Let's get into it. First, I wanted to start with the player that seemed to shock a lot of people, and shout out to those who, were on it. They knew that Demarcus Walker would be great. For me, I made a video about him over the summer. I thought he could be solid, but I wasn't entirely confident he would make the team with how many guys we got on the defensive line. But he made a lot of high impact plays, man. Walker finished with 12 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackle for losses, and a safety in just those 3 games, and what makes it even more impressive is that he was recovering from pneumonia during camp. Walker was one of these guys brought in on a 1-year prove-it deal for $1.5 million, and he proved himself quite well. The scheme change going from a 3-4 with the Broncos to a 4-3 with the Texans has really looked to pay off. He showed his versatility, lining up on the inside at defensive tackle and on the edge at defensive end, and making plays in both the run and pass game. Going forward, I think Walker should be 3rd in the defensive end rotation for snaps behind Charles and Martin, but what I think should happen is often different than what will actually happen. In reality, he'll be the 4th defensive end on the depth chart, as Whitney Merciless will likely start. But even if Mark does start, you'd hope that Walker can play more snaps, maybe around 40%, as he's clearly the better player. At just 26 years old, and if Walker can continue his preseason brilliance into the regular season versus starters, I think he's going to be a prime candidate for an extension or to be quickly re-signed. And you can be a prime candidate to make some serious cash by joining me on Thrive Fantasy, a daily fantasy sports and esports app for player props. The beauty of Thrive is in its simplicity. You can eliminate the countless hours of research and focus on only the top tier athletes that have the biggest impact on the game. Choose 10 out of the 20 available player props to build your lineup, and each prop is assigned a fantasy value for both the over and the under based on how likely it is to hit. Hit the most props and rack up the most points to win a share of the prize pool. Thrive has over $140,000 guarantees in prizes for NFL Week 1. Thrive features a $100K guaranteed contest, which is $20 to enter, and first place takes home $20,000. Use promo code TEXANSTHOUGHTS when you sign up today, and you will receive a 100% instant first deposit match up to $100. Download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store, the Play Store, or use my link in the description. Sign up and prop up today. The next biggest winner of the preseason was my guy Scotty Phillips, who was, in my opinion, the best player on the offense. The former UDFA out of Ole Miss has reminded me just a bit of Arian Foster since I wrote about him 2 years ago, and now, given a proper opportunity to prove himself, he's made me quite happy with that draft evaluation. Phillips rushed the ball 25 times for 155 yards at 6.2 yards per carry and had a touchdown. He showed off the vision, smooth cutting ability, and short area acceleration that made Foster so damn tough to stop. He even showcased some good moments in pass protection and caught 4 passes for 23 yards, showcasing, he has some skills to be a 3rd down back. In addition, those passes all came in the first game alone, so I think there is even more untapped potential in that regard. Furthermore, Philip Lindsay, Mark Ingram, and David Johnson have all dealt with minor injuries in the past few years, so rotating them all and Phillips occasionally would be ideal. In addition, none of those veteran running backs are signed past this season, so even if it's just Phillips splitting reps with DJ on those 3rd downs and then having a bigger role next year, I'll take that. Develop the young guy, don't keep trying to make a past mistake work. I think Nick gets that, as evidenced by the Shaq Lawson trade. I hope the coaching staff does too. All right, back to the defensive side of the ball, and next up on my list of biggest winners is none other than the GOAT, Jacob Martin. He had 3 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 pressures while seeing a lot of blocking attention in the form of chips from tight ends and running backs. I mean, you could tell that offenses knew the scouting report on him and wanted to slow the speed demon down. However, Martin still showed his patented outside speed rushes that we all know and love, and Lovie Smith is utilizing him far better than Cornell and Weaver did in years past. No more dropping in coverage, no more rushing from the inside. Now he can just do what he does best on the edge. Unfortunately, I don't think Martin will start. If I was a betting man, I don't think he would start, even though, he definitely deserves to, because he is far and away a better player than Whitney Merciless is right now. We know he's a better pass rusher, and the one knock on Martin has been his run defense, which has been unfairly picked apart in my opinion. I don't think he's a liability here like he's made out to be, especially not when you are comparing him to Merciless. Martin shows better fight, better toughness, and has the quickness to be used on stunts to get free for a tackle like here. Martin is an overall positive on the field, and Merciless is an overall negative, and was literally shut out from the box score in the entirety of preseason. With Martin's contract expiring after this season, I think it would be wise to lock him up on a mid-season extension. Don't let him test the waters at the end of the year, because some smart team will see how we've underutilized him and give him the bigger contract that he deserves. Can't lose the GOAT, man. You gotta retain your young talent when you are rebuilding. Last but certainly not least, and man, this was actually a very tough decision. I wanted to give some shout outs to runner-ups for the final winner. I think Roy Lopez, he deserves a lot of love for his fight, his tenacity in the run game and the pass game, getting a few sacks in every single game. He had 3 in total. And then also, Mark Ingram, he showed a little bit more juice than I think some people expected. Shaheem Carter was great with an interception and a PBU that led to an interception. I think we should have kept him if you ask me, but hopefully he makes it onto the practice squad. And then Terence Brooks, 2 picks. He's solid safety depth as well. He seemed to be in good position, made some good tackles. So shout out to those guys. They all flashed in their limited reps. But the man who was the most productive player on the entire defense was none other than Charles Omenihu. He only played in 2 games but got 4 tackles and 3 sacks. Charles saw most of his success on the edge and solidified his starting spot at defensive end. When lined up on the edge, he can take advantage of these poor tight ends who stand no chance at trying to block him. Charles displayed that he's someone that the offense obviously needs to keep an eye on and can't forget about, because he's too quick and too strong to just let run through unblocked or ask a tight end to try and stop him in pass protection. Now, before I declare our pass rush completely fixed or anything, I would like to see some higher quality sacks out of Charles. Beating tight ends is good, and coming completely free on this twist, it's not really something we can knock Charles on, but they aren't the highest quality of sacks. The flashes are there, but once I see these sacks versus, starting quality tackles, then we cook it. With all that said though, there is no doubt that Charles is one of the best building blocks we've got on defense, and when we're keeping this D-line rotation fresh and hungry, that Charles is gonna eat. Alright, that's gonna do it for the video. Different style compared to what I usually put out, so hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content coming soon, and comment down below which players I thought was right to praise, or you thought that I missed someone. Alright, take care everyone, come back for more, and remember, the film don't lie.